Hi, I'm JH, and in this video, I'll be talking about the 2022 Brazilian Grand Prix, the 21st round of the 2022 F1 season. Please note that everything I said is based on facts, and of course, my own opinions. So, without further ado, let's start the video. First of all, let's see some of the news that's been going on before the race. Colombia reportedly will be one of the candidates to be in the 2024 F1 calendar. MoneyGram has officially become Haas' sponsor for the next 3 years, bringing in approximately 20 million a year, and well, Magnussen got the pole. Anyway, let's get to their performances. Russell's first ever F1 win didn't come easy. Had to catch up Verstappen in sprint, had a water leakage problem during the race, and there is also the case of holding off Perez and Hamilton during the 2 race restarts. Very well deserved maiden win for George. Oh, and he also got the fastest lap. Hamilton did well on sprint, made up 5 places to line up first row after Sainz's penalty. During the race, he had an accident with Max after the safety car restart that caused some damage, and in the end, unable to catch up to Russell in first. Hamilton ended up finishing P2. Sainz had an excellent race. Despite the engine penalty, he still managed to put up a good show, getting numerous positions after a restart, had plenty of good overtakes, and at the second restart, he got past Perez to finish third. Charles did okay considering the incident with Lando that sent him to the barriers. Other than that, the Monegasque recovered nicely at the latter part of the race and ended up finishing the race in P4. Alonso had some on-track scuffle with Ocon on sprint that forced him to pit, as well as getting a time penalty. But on the race, it was a whole different story. The Spaniard picked off drivers one by one as the race goes by. He even got past Perez and managed to hold Verstappen behind to take 5th place. Like Alonso, the accident also affected Ocon's sprint race. Esteban's car even caught fire on the pit lane after the sprint finished. Thankfully, Esteban did pretty well in the race and finished P8. Not a particularly good day for Verstappen. Despite doing pretty okay on quali and sprint, on the race, the Dutch broke his front wing after clashing with Hamilton at the restart that resulted in a 5-second penalty. He did recover pretty nicely after that, but the disagreement with Perez leaves a bad taste for Verstappen. I mean, you're pretty much a guaranteed world champion. It's not even a podium fight. What could be the reason behind you not giving back the position to a teammate that literally helped you to win the championship? And at the time, Perez is still competing for second in driver championship, so... Anyway, Max finished P6 after failing to get past Alonso. Perez didn't have the best day either, but you kinda got a feel for him. After losing places at the latter part of the race, he gave up his position to Verstappen in order to give Max a chance to overtake Alonso on the premise that Perez would be given the position back if Verstappen failed to get past Alonso. Because, you know, Sergio is still chasing second in Drivers' Championship. But, well, for some reason, Max refused to give back the position despite having no chance to overtake Alonso and team orders. Perez ended up finishing 7th behind Verstappen. Bottas did well. After a subpar sprint and quali, Valtteri had a solid race, had some back and forth with Stroll, overtook Gasly as well as Schumacher, and ended up finishing the race in P9. Zhou did okay, I guess. He had some problems with the drinking system and turbo that may have caused him to get overtaken by Gasly and Stroll at the restart, but in the end he finished 12th after Pierre's time penalty, so not that bad. Stroll had a bad sprint, especially after the move he tried to pull on Vettel. It backfired. Stroll got a 10-second penalty. However, on the race he kind of did okay, finishing P10 after Vettel let Stroll by. Sebastian did pretty well on the sprint as well as race. He had a good first safety car restart, but on the latter part he lost some positions, and on the final few laps of the race he let Stroll on fresher tires to get past. He ended up finishing P11 after successfully holding back Gasly. I know it's because of luck and track condition, but a pole is pole. Magnussen can't really hold his position at the sprint though, but fought pretty hard and managed to get a point on sprint. However, at the race, Kevin had an accident with Ricciardo that ended his race on the first lap. Schumacher had a solid sprint, but on the race he seems to be helpless. Mick can't really make a noteworthy move and ended up finishing the race in P13 after Gasly's penalty. Gasly went as high as 6 during the race but can't really hold the position. He gradually fell back on the latter stage and in the end, due to pit lane speeding, got a penalty that drops him to P12. Yuki had a horrible race, mostly running in the back throughout the race, and even more, he can't unlap on the second safety car that pretty much guaranteed him last place. In the end, Tsunoda finished P17, last amongst the cars on track. Albon had some good overtaking moves over Latifi, Tsunoda and Zhou, but later on he fell back and finished the race in P15. As always, Latifi struggled throughout the race. Changing tire types didn't do him good either. Even after using fresher tires on the latter part of the race, he still failed to get past Albon, finishing 16th. Lando had a fantastic quali and sprint, but on the race he got a penalty after the restart accident with Leclerc. Norris was inside of top 10 for the majority of the time, but forced to retire in around lap 50 due to gearbox problem. Bad quali, okay sprint, but on the race, it's a shit show. Daniel bumped onto Magnussen in the first lap, ending his race, and got a great penalty for Abu Dhabi as well. My best driver for this race is Russell. Great pace, no major errors, and managed to pull away from Lewis's DRS range to win the race and got the fastest lap as well. Here are the standings after the 21st round. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please share, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video, and yeah, have a nice day.